Have you ever noticed how some people can just walk into a room and the entire atmosphere instantly shifts, while someone else could be talking for 5 straight minutes and get completely ignored? Well, welcome to today's Explainer. We're getting right into the exact mechanics of that difference. We're going to uncover those super subtle, everyday habits that are secretly stealing your confidence and wrecking your prestige, literally right under your nose.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Think of your internal game as your blueprint for unshakable confidence. Because here's the thing. Projecting true prestige doesn't mean you need $1 million in the bank, and it definitely doesn't require you to be the best-looking person in the room. Real presence, that's an inside job. It is entirely about how you choose to carry yourself through the world.
Seriously, why does the world seem to just bow to some people? Imagine those rare individuals whose mere presence practically demands respect. Their movements are breathtakingly confident. It honestly feels like the earth itself makes way for them. Now contrast that effortless magnetic prestige with those moments where you might have felt overlooked, dismissed, or just totally ignored. What's the real difference between them and you?
Well, the harsh truth is this: you are unknowingly sending signals of weakness. You're out there doing everyday things that actually sabotage your own authority. Without even realizing it, your actions are broadcasting to everyone around you that you lack power. But hey, the good news is that today's Explainer is a countdown that's going to pinpoint exactly what these errors are so you can fix them, starting right now.
Let's jump straight into mistake number 1, the approval-seeking trap.
This one is a remarkably subtle prestige killer. Come on, be honest with me. Have you ever forced a laugh at your boss's incredibly terrible joke just so you could fit in? Look, we've all been there. Or maybe you tend to rely on weak words, like maybe or perhaps, just to avoid making a firm decision. But every single time you compromise your genuine reaction just to blend in with the group, you're losing a massive piece of your personal authority.
Notice the massive difference here between waiting around for applause and actually knowing your own value. You might think people-pleasing is going to win you friends, but honestly, it just highlights your weakness. True confidence, on the other hand, is robust. A truly confident person does not stand around waiting for the external validation of the crowd. They already believe in their intrinsic value. You gotta stop trying to please everyone. Just be you, and you're going to find that respect naturally follows.
Next up, we have mistake number 2, the danger of oversharing.
So there is this incredibly common yet totally flawed belief out there that if you constantly list out all your achievements and talk about how great you are, people will think you're special. But it's actually a super simple equation. Bragging equals inner insecurity. The people who are the least confident are almost always the ones who talk the absolute most about themselves. Why? Because they have this deep-seated fear of being undervalued. A truly confident person doesn't need to boast at all. Their mere presence and the undeniable quality of their actions, they speak entirely for themselves. And this brings us to a really vital principle. Strategic silence is your strongest weapon. Did you feel that? That heavy, deliberate pause? That right there is the practical power of strategic silence. It meta-communicates total comfort. It commands attention without ever having to raise a voice. Speak briefly, choose your words with absolute precision, and let your silence do the heavy lifting for you.
Which builds perfectly into mistake number 3, accidentally exposing weaknesses.
You see, when you talk way too much, you inadvertently hand other people the exact tools they need to analyze your fears and your flaws. Before you open your mouth, I want you to ask yourself, is this actually necessary, or am I just seeking attention right now? Do I really need to speak, or am I just word vomiting? Because every extra unnecessary word is a potential window directly into your insecurities. You're completely exposed without even realizing you left the blinds open. Psychologically smart people operate very differently. They always observe and listen far more than they talk. They meticulously analyze their environment before they ever choose to speak.
Now we hit a massive one. Mistake number 4, the fear of confrontation. When you let people just step all over your boundaries because you are terrified of a little friction or some awkwardness, well, the external disrespect is bad for sure, but the internal damage you're inflicting on your own self-worth, that is so much worse. Did you say okay to that massive weekend project when you desperately wanted to just say no? It really hurts to admit that, doesn't it? Avoiding conflict just to keep the peace sends a direct, undeniable message to your own brain that you are weak, defenseless, and totally incapable of protecting yourself.
Look, true power isn't about screaming in uncontrolled anger to get your way. It's about calmly setting firm boundaries. True prestige is having the emotional control to calmly, firmly, and quietly say enough when it is genuinely necessary. People just naturally respect those who will defend themselves without any hesitation.
And finally, we arrive at mistake number 5, the apology epidemic. Let's be crystal clear about something. Apologizing when you have made a genuine error is a virtue, absolutely. It shows maturity and accountability. But apologizing for absolutely everything, that is an absolute disaster for your prestige. You need to stop apologizing for your existence. Have you ever literally bumped into a chair and actually apologized to it? I mean, we laugh, but constant, unnecessary apologizing makes you look terrified of rejection. Do you apologize simply for taking up a few moments of someone's time? You deserve to be exactly who you are without an apology attached to it.
Okay, so we've covered the traps. Now let's build the roadmap to get you out of them. Step 1. Set your boundaries calmly and firmly. Step 2. Speak with value. Use that strategic silence we talked about and stop the endless oversharing. And Step 3. Stop apologizing for just taking up space in the world. These are the 3 core pillars you need to construct to reclaim your unshakable confidence.
It really all comes down to an ultimate choice. You can continue living in fear, constantly hesitating and worrying about how other people perceive you, or you can choose to stop right now and start building invincible confidence today. Confidence is not some genetic lottery ticket. It is a skill, and you can start forging it right this second. So, I'm going to leave you with this final provocative question. Which of these mistakes will you stop making today? I want you to look inward, make a firm decision, and let me know in the comments below. Commit to it. And hey, if you want to keep building that powerful, unbreakable personality, make sure you subscribe and join our community. We'll see you in the next